Hello everybody and welcome back to Skip Allen Paints. This is the fifth video in a series of videos concerning the Wacom Art Pen and how to use it in Painter 12. Okay, in the last video we noticed that we have a brush control panel called RealBristle, and even though we have the setting, the expression set to none in angle, not to rotation, this will give us barrel rotation with our art pen. So let's take that original variant that we were using, the dull grainy chalk, and this is how it looks when it paints. There you go. And let's change it to a brush that is traditional in its approach. So the first thing we need to do is go to General, and we want to change the dab type to something that has camel hair, flat, or bristle spray in the name. And actually, I'm going to go for blend camel hair. And when we go to blend camel hair, you see we've got a brush now that blends. I'm going to take the blend down to about 5, 6, 7, 8%. And that reduces the amount of blend, and that's good. Okay, now we can close General, and we can start looking at RealBristle. I'm going to enable the RealBristle, and what I see now is not much going on with the RealBristle. But that's because the first thing you need to do is look at the first slider, which is Roundness. And I'm going to drop it down to about 10-12%, which will give me a nice thin or nice flat type brush. And if you'll notice, it does paint with barrel rotation. As I rotate the barrel and paint, you can see how it works. Now you can do one of these and rotate the barrel as you go, but I can't do it. I'm just not that coordinated. Okay, so we did the Roundness. What is the next one? The next one is called Bristle Length. Let's look at what these may be. Now, I copied this from the help manual, files. So in the brush, you have a ferrule, I'll say it right, ferrule, that is the clamp or the thing that holds the brushes into place. You have bristle length, that is from where the ferrule stops and the bristles start all the way out to its end is the bristle length. Profile would be, you see how this comes out sort of square right there, and then it begins to creating the actual profile of the brush, the curve of the tip of this area. That's considered the profile. And then right on the edge at the top is considered the brush tip. Okay, so if we come back down to here and we say bristle length, what does that mean? Well, the bristle length is the bristle length can be between 1 and 5, and what that means is if you have a bristle length of 2 or thereabouts, and your size of your brush is 30, then the bristle length is 60, okay? So if I wanted to make it, say, 1, then it would be 1 times 30, and the bristle length would be 30. Okay, so let's just make this 2 or around there. And I don't see much going on with the change yet. Now, profile length, that's the profile that we were talking about before, the first part of the bristle length. And I don't want it to be 100%. I want it to be about 30%. And this is 30% of the overall length of the brush, of the bristle length. So we know right now, based on this, that my bristle length is 60, and the profile length is 30% of that. Okay, then we have brush rigidity. Now, brush rigidity, if it's high, it means the brush is stiffer, and as I press down on it, it's resistant to the pressure. If you bring it all the way over to the other side, then there's hardly any rigidity in the brush. It's just very, very soft. And I said that it resists the pressure. That's not really true. It just, the way it paints, it will feel, or will appear really, to be more rigid. Okay, and let's see, it's 5 minutes. Let's go on and continue, make this one a little bit longer and get to the end of this. Fanning is exactly what you'd think it would be. Fanning, if it at 100%, means the brush will fan as you paint. See, if I press, I get that much. If I don't do any pressure, just a light, see the difference in the size with pressure? It fans out. Now I'm going to bring this back down to about 10% for this particular brush. Friction is how smooth the brush slides over the paper. High amounts, and it's related to bristle rigidity, high amounts of both would give you a little bit more textured kind of feel to the brush. Low for both would make the brush really travel across the canvas very smoothly. I'm going to leave it about 50, and the brush rigidity, we were at about 50. Now the height is the height from the ferrule to the paper. So the higher the number, you're going to be painting with just the tip. See there, if I just paint lightly, I'm painting really with just the tip. If I have a lower number, that light paint, see how that same light stroke gives you a wider brush. So let's put that back up to around 50% too. Okay, now that gets us through these parts of the RealBristle, and I'll do one more video that's going to pull it all together and hopefully let it make sense. Alrighty, talk to you later. Bye-bye.